The keys are on the counter in a specific way. The how was your morning is a shade of gray. You're looking at your watch like it's a ticking bomb, while I'm over-rehearsed and I'm way too calm. I've seen this movie, I've read this book, I know the meaning of that faraway look. You start a sentence, then you let it drop like a broken engine that's starting to stop. The static is rising, the signal is thin, and I'm losing the battle before I begin. It's the same old overture, the same old cue of the distance growing between me and you. Oh, I recognize the rhythm, I know the beat of a heart that's already halfway down the street. The syncopated silence, the minor key hello. It's the same sad tempo of a long cold go. I've been here before, I've danced this dance. I'm just a witness to the end of a chance. Yeah, I recognize the rhythm, and it's breaking my heart. Don't try to change it, don't try to lie. You can't put a maybe in a final goodbye. The drums are steady, the bass is low, and I'm just waiting for the final blow. 1, 2, losing the cue. 3, 4, out of the door. I recognize the rhythm, the same old song. I recognize the rhythm, I recognize this. I still reach for your head when the sun starts to set, catching shadows of moments I haven't lost yet. The coffee's gone cold on your side of the bed, and I'm replaying every last word that we said. Oh, I wish you were here just to breathe in the quiet, to settle the noise of this heartbroken riot. The world keeps on moving, but I'm standing still, chasing a ghost that I know I can't feel. Yeah, I wish you were here. There's a song on the radio you used to sing. Now it's just a sharp thud and a hollowed out ring. I see your old jacket hung up by the door, and I realize 'cause I'm not who I was anymore. They say time is a healer, but time is a thief. It's just trading the memories for sharpened edge grief. I give up the someday for one more right now, but I'm stuck in the never, just trying to learn how. Oh, I wish you were here, just to breathe in the quiet, to settle the noise of this heartbroken riot. The world keeps on moving, but I'm standing still, chasing a ghost that I know I can't feel. Yeah, I wish you were here. Yeah, I wish you were here. The porch light is on, in case you find your way home. But the night is so long, and I'm so alone. I wish you were here. I've been the harbor, I've been the shore, I've been the light behind your heavy door. I gave you my rhythm, I gave you my breath. I loved you through the silence and the little deaths. But my well is running dry, the bucket is light, and I'm shivering alone in the middle of the night. You take like the ocean, you take like the tide. With a million secrets you're trying to hide. I'm a hollowed out house with the windows all wide, waiting for warmth to start growing inside. I'm checking the ledgers, I'm counting the cost of every forever that we already lost. Oh, return the love or just let me go. I'm tired of the seeds that refuse to grow. I fed the fire until I'm just ash, watching our story turn into a crash. Give me a reason, give me a spark. Don't leave me hollow in this one-sided dark. Yeah, return the love, return the love. Is it a loan or is it a gift? Is it a bridge or a permanent rift? I'm reaching for something that you won't provide, while I'm slowly, quietly breaking inside. Empty hands, a hollow chest. I gave my all and you took the rest. You took the rest. I locked all the windows and I bolted the door. but I still hear your footsteps on the hardwood floor. The tea kettle whistles in your favorite tone, a redundant reminder that I'm not alone. I haven't seen your face in a year and a day, but the air in the kitchen still moves in your way. It's the haunting of love, a ghost in the grain, a slow-moving fever and a soft-spoken rain. You don't need a sheet or a chain to be near. You're the silence that's screaming inside of my ear. I'm occupied territory, a heart high above, surviving the wreckage and the haunting of love. The scent of your citrus still clings to the drapes, and the shadows you left take on familiar shapes. I try to move on, to find someone new, but the hello I give them is a how are you to you. You're a glitch in my vision, a blur in the street, the coldness that settles beneath my own sheets. If I burn down the house, would you still be the smoke? The punchline that lingers in every sad joke. You're woven in fibers, you're etched in the bone, a permanent resident of a heart left alone. It's the haunting of love, a ghost in the grain, a slow-moving fever and a soft-spoken rain. You don't need a sheet or a chain to be near. You're the silence that's screaming inside of my ear. I'm occupied territory, a heart high above, surviving the wreckage and the haunting of love. Floorboards still creak. The memory is strong, and the spirit is weak. And the haunting of love. The sun hits the pavement, but I'm in the dark, following ghosts through the trees in the park. I look at my feet and I see where you stood, a shape on the ground where the light used to be good. It follows my footsteps, it mimics my pace, a silhouette carved in the shape of your face. Now I'm living inside the shadow of a heart where the cold and the heavy won't pull us apart. It's the outline of us on a blank staring wall, the echo of someone who isn't there at all. Dark when it's part of the start, just me and the shadow of a heart. The moon finds the window and draws on the floor, the ghost of the way that you walk through the door. I try to step over the black and the gray, but the memory is cast in a permanent way. It's a stain on the carpet, a blur in the hall, the biggest reminder of how far we fall. If the light would just die, then the shadow might go. But the flickering candles keep putting on shows. It's a hollowed out version, a thin paper skin of the love that I'm losing and the state that I'm in. Yeah, I'm living inside the shadow of a heart where the cold and the heavy won't pull us apart. It's the outline of us on a blank staring wall, the echo of someone who isn't there at all. I can't run from the dark when it's part of the start, just me in the shadow of a heart. Turn off the lamp, let the black turn to blue. Even in darkness, I'm looking for you in the shadow. The shadow of a heart. I'm watching you move through the kitchen light, like you're already halfway into the night. There's a hitch in your step, a weight in your stride, a heavy-duty secret you're trying to hide. You used to bounce like a summer rain. Now you're dragging the ghost of a hidden pain. You reach for the door with a hesitant hand, like you're stepping onto a shifting sand. No looking back, no way from the gate, just a cold-blooded march toward a certain fate. I recognize the rhythm, I recognize the cue of the distance growing between me and you. Oh, it's the way you walk, it's the way you go, like you've got a destination I don't know. A steady retreat, a quiet goodbye, written in the dust and the charcoal sky. I'm memorizing the shadows, I'm counting the feet of the way you walk away down the street. Some people scream and some people fight, some people vanish in the middle of the night. But you're just walking steady and slow, giving me time to watch you go. heel to the pavement, toe to the line, further away from being mine. The way you walk, the way you walk, the way you walk, the way you walk. I'm reaching out through the dark of the hallway, brushing the dust off the frames on the wall. I used to hold on to a promise of always, but now there is nothing to catch if I fall. The weight of the silence is heavy and cold, with no one to reach for and nothing to hold. Now I'm standing here with an empty hand, like a house built of glass on a shoreline of sand. I gave you the pieces, I gave you the gold, but I'm left with a story that's already told. Every finger is searching for where you once been, just me and the ghost of an empty hand. The keys in my pocket feel lighter than usual. The space in the car is a canyon of gray. I'm learning that gone is a permanent ritual, and missing you won't make you wander my way. I try to make fists just to feel like I'm strong, but my palms only ache for where you belong. It's the let go that kills me, the drift of the tide, the hollowed out feeling of nothing inside. I'm grasping at air and I'm clutching at smoke, living the punchline of some cruel joke. Yeah, I'm standing here with an empty hand, like a house built of glass on a shoreline of sand. I gave you the pieces, I gave you the gold, but I'm left with a story that's already told. Every finger is searching for where you once been, just me and the ghost of an empty hand. Nothing to carry, nothing to keep, just a wide open space while the rest of me sleeps with an empty hand. I'm looking at a photo from 3 years ago, before the fire turned into a freezing snow. girl in the frame has a light in her eyes that didn't need a map or a set of disguises. She laughed like she meant it. She breathed like she's free. And I'm a stranger to the person she used to be. Now I'm checking my words before they hit the air, and I'm pulling the shadows through my tangled hair. I've shrunk myself down to fit in your hand, like a castle of glass on a shifting sand. I'm a quiet reflection, a muffled out tone. And I'm tired of being this lonely alone. Oh, I miss the old me, the one who was loud, the one who wasn't hiding in a silver cloud. Before I was broken, before I was small, before I learned how it felt to just crawl. Bring back the color, bring back the spark, because I'm losing my way in this borrowed out dark. Yeah, I miss the old me. She's a ghost in the hallway, a hum in the wire, a flicker of something that used to be fire. But I can't find the key, and I can't find the door to the version of me that doesn't hurt anymore. Just a shadow of a girl I knew, lost in the rhythm of losing you. Miss the old me. Found your name in the margins of a book I haven't read, a pencil-thin reminder of the things we never said. The static on the radio is humming in your key, like a frequency of us that's still calling out to me. It's in the way the floorboards creak, a rhythm in the hall, the invisible handwriting written on the wall. It's a reminder of soul, a flicker in the glass, the part of you that lingered when the rest of you would pass. A heavy kind sleeve. I'm holding on to nothing, but it's taking its toll. Just a ghost of a heartbeat, a reminder of soul. The scent of wood smoke on a coat I haven't worn in years is enough to bring the salt back and trigger all the fears. You're a melody that's broken, but the chorus carries on. A sunrise that's forgotten, that the night is already gone. I see you in the mirrors when the light hits them just right. The you that's still existing just outside of my sight. They say that energy can't die, it only shifts its shape. But I'm trapped inside this moment with no hope of an escape. You're the gravity that pulls me, the north upon my map. The lightning in the distance for the thunderclap. It's a reminder of soul, a flicker in the glass, the part of you that lingered when the rest of you would pass. A heavy kind of haunting that I don't wanna leave. The silver thread of spirit woven in my sleeve. I'm holding on to nothing, but it's taking its toll. Just a ghost of a heartbeat, a reminder of soul. I feel you in the room, like a breath in the cold. A story unfinished that's already old. Just a reminder of soul. I'm back at the corner, almost and gone, waiting for a light that never turns on. I recognize the cracks in the pavement here, and the cold familiar taste of a year-old fear. I said I was leaving, I swore I was through, but every road I take leads right back to you. It's a well-worn groove in a broken record player. Please don't leave, in a desperate prayer. We're hitting the same notes, we're making the same mess, trying to find a more in a world of less. I'm dizzy from the spinning, I'm tired of the chase, but I can't seem to find the a circle, then why does it feel like a cage? Trapped in the margins of a previous page. I'm looking for a corner, I'm looking for a line to lead me away from this version of mine. Here we go again, round and round. Searching for the sky, but hid in the ground. The engine's humming a low, steady drone. 30-minute drive to a house that's not home. Pulled to the curb and I turned off the lights. Tired of the static and the same old fights. The dashboard is glowing, a neon blue hue, and every song on the shuffle is screaming of you. Now I'm crying in the car in the pouring rain, using the windshield to hide all the pain. The wipers are moving but they can't clear the view of a life that I'm living without any you. The windows are fogging, I'm falling apart. Just a four-wheeled asylum for a broken heart. There's a receipt in the console from a coffee we shared, back when I thought that you actually cared. I'm watching the neighbors turn lamps on inside, while I'm in this driveway with nowhere to hide. I'll stay for a minute, I'll stay for an hour, while the sky and my spirit begin to turn sour. If I walk through the door, I have to be fine. I have to pretend that I'm drawing the line. But here in the leather, in the dark, in the oil, I can let all the bitterness simmer and boil. Yeah, I'm crying in the car in the pouring rain, using the windshield to hide all the pain. The wipers are moving but they can't clear the view of a life that I'm living without any you. The windows are fogging, I'm falling apart. Just a four-wheeled asylum for a broken heart. Check the rear view, wipe the salt from my face. Take a deep breath and leave this small space. But I'm still crying, crying in the car. I bought a bag of seeds in a ceramic pot, trying to grow something that you forgot. I'm watering the dirt where the shadows fall, talking to the silence in the empty wall. The sun peeks in through the kitchen blind, looking for the garden we left behind. I'm waiting for the bloom flowers to rise, to cover up the hollow in my tired eyes. But the petals are heavy and the stems are weak, like every single word that I'm scared to speak. They say beauty grows just digging too deep into the secrets I promised to keep. It's a slow motion struggle to reach for the sky in a garden where everything's destined to die. I'm waiting for the bloom flowers to rise to cover up the hollow in my tired eyes, but the petals are heavy and the stems are weak, like every single word that I'm scared to speak. They say beauty grows from the dark and the mud, but I'm just a winter trapped in the bud. Don't wilt on me now, I got nothing left in this quiet house, in this house of theft. Just bloom, please just bloom. Please just bloom. I've wrapped my heart in a layer of glass, watching the seasons and the memories pass. I locked the cupboards and I bolted the gate. Decided that lonely is better than late. No more waiting for a phone call to ring, or wondering what kind of hurt you might bring. I'm building a fortress, I'm drawing the line to keep out the shadows of your life and mine. I'm making a promise to the stars and the wind that I'll never let another forever begin. I've had enough of the break and the bend, of stories that start just to come to an end. I'm closing the door and I'm dropping the pen to make sure I never pain again. Yeah, I'll never pain again. There's a comforting cold when you're used to the burn, in the lessons of loss that I didn't want to learn. I'll keep my hands in my pockets today, so nobody's fingers can get in the way. The silence is safer than the sound of your name, and a heart that is hollow is a heart you can't tame. I'm trading the mountain for a flat level floor where nothing can hurt me like it did before. They say it's a prison, but it feels like a shield from the ghosts in the hallway and the blood on the field. If I don't let the light in, the dark can't depart, but the dark never shattered a hole in my heart. So I'm making a promise to the stars and the wind that I'll never let another forever begin. I've had enough of the break and the bend, of stories that start just to come to an end. I'm closing the door and I'm dropping the pen to make sure I never pain again. No more maybe, no more please, just the quiet of the winter and the frost on the trees. Safer than ever, I'll never pain again. Never again. Never again. The clouds have been gathering since you walked away, turning the blue into a permanent gray. I'm watching the droplets race down the pane, a regiment reminder of all of this pain. The streets are like rivers, the gutters are full, and I'm losing my grip on the world and its pull. It's the heavy rain, washing nothing at all, just soaking the echoes that bounce off the wall. It beats on the roof like a drum in the night, drowning the memory of everything bright. I'm standing unsheltered, I'm feeling the grain of a heart that is drowning in the heavy rain. The umbrella's broken, tossed in the yard, like every old promise we found to be hard. The thunder is distant, a low steady growl, while the wind starts to circle and starting to howl. I thought I could weather the storm on my own, but the water is freezing when you're all alone. They say that the flowers need silver to grow, but there's a limit to how much a garden can know. I'm over the limit, I'm past the high tide, with nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Just the heavy rain, washing nothing at all, just soaking the echoes that bounce off the wall. It beats on the roof like a drum in the night, drowning the memory of everything bright. I'm standing unsheltered, I'm feeling the grain of a heart that is drowning in the heavy rain. Let it pour, let the river rise high. There's no more room in this hollowed out sky. The heavy rain, just the heavy rain. The calendar's lying, it says it's July, but there's a gray heavy curtain across the whole sky. The beach towels are sitting still damp in the trunk, like a ship with no captain that's already sunk. I'm wearing your sweater to keep out the chill, while the ice in my glass is standing so still. I didn't see shadows, I didn't see rain, until the frost started etching your name on the pane. We were golden and burning, a midsummer dream. Now I'm shivering lonesome at the edge of the stream. The bonfire is out and the stories are old, ever since the summer turned cold. The crickets are quiet, the grass has turned brown. There's a ghost of a carnival leaving this town. You used to be warmth, you were light on my skin. Now I don't even know where the winter begins. I reach for your side eye, or the blanket at night, but the fire has flickered right out of my sight. They say that the seasons are supposed to change, but the way that you left me feels bitter and strange. It wasn't a fading, it wasn't a breeze, It was a sudden sharp snap that brought me to my knees. I didn't see shadows, I didn't see rain, until the frost started etching your name on the page. We were golden and burning, a midsummer dream. Now I'm shivering lonesome at the edge of the stream. The bonfire is out and the stories are old, ever since the summer turned cold. Put the top up on the car, drive away from where we were. The sun is still shining, but I'm freezing for her. Yeah, the summer turned cold, so cold. I've been walking the shoreline since the light went away, looking for a reason or a word I could say. The waves keep on crashing, a restless machine, and I'm stuck in the static of what we had been. I looked in the pews and I looked in the glass, waiting for this heavy-eyed winter to pass. But where the peace is, I just can't find. It's a map with no ink for a heart that is blind. I'm searching for a valley where the wind doesn't moan, a place where the silence doesn't feel so alone. They say it's a river, they say it's a release, but I'm still standing here asking where the peace is. Just a little quiet, just a moment of rest. I'm tired of the beating inside of this chest. City is humming with a million neon sparks, but they don't reach the corners of my own quiet darks. I try to be still, like the stone in the stream, but the water is jagged and the world is a scream. Is it hidden in boxes? Is it under the bed? Is it buried in all of the things that we said? Maybe it's not a destination at all. Maybe it's just the long way that we fall. I'm clawing at the air, I'm begging for a sign to turn all this chaos into something divine. But where the peace is, I just can't find. It's a map with no ink for a heart that is blind. I'm searching for a valley where the wind doesn't moan, a place where the silence doesn't feel so alone. They say it's a river, they say it's a release, but I'm still standing here asking where the peace is. Just a little quiet, I'm tired of the beating, just a just a I'm tired of the beating inside of this chest. Tell me where I'm sitting on the floor with a box full of notes, in the pockets of cardigans and old winter coats. I'm tracing the ink where the pen hit the page, like a bird looking back at an open door cage. I used to know the rhythm of your heart by the sound, but now I'm just digging through what can't be found. And every single word is a weight in my chest, a ghost of a promise that's put to the test. I'm reading the love yous and the see you at 10, knowing I'll never hear them again. They're just letters on paper, they're hollow and blurred, but I'm dying inside from every single word. There always was written in a cursive some need. Now it's a lie lying dead in the street. I've memorized the commas and the way it's sign off. Now the silence is heavy and the air is too soft. I try to burn them, to let the smoke rise, but the smoke only brought back the sting to my eyes. Language is a weapon that we didn't know we had, turning the good things into the bad. You spoke a future that you didn't intend, and I'm stuck in the middle of a sentence that ends. And every single word is a weight in my chest, a ghost of a promise that's put to the test. I'm reading the love yous and the see you at 10, knowing I'll never hear them again. They're just letters on paper, they're hollow and blurred, but I'm dying inside from every single word. Goodbye was the shortest, the loudest one too. It's the only word left between me and you, every single word. The air in this hallway is heavy and thick. The silence is loud and it's making me sick. I'm standing in front of the door to our room, counting the flowers I forgot how to bloom. I tell my own reflection to just keep it cool, but the mirror is looking at a heart run full. Take a deep breath, let the oxygen sting. Try to remember how to do anything. One foot in front of the other today, chasing the ghost that just won't go away. The world is still spinning, or so I am told. So I take a deep breath and I try to be bold. Fading so fast, the future is moving, I'm stuck in the past. I open the window to let in the sky, but the wind only asks me the how and the why. My chest feels like I'm in a cage made of lead, replaying the movies inside of my head. Like a mountain I'm trying to climb high. Take a deep breath, let the oxygen sting. Try to remember how to do anything. One foot in front of the other today, chasing the ghost that just won't go away. The world is still spinning, or so I am told. So I take a deep breath and I try to be bold. Count to 4, then let it all out. I'm sitting in the chair where the cushion fits me right, watching the same street lamp flicker through the night. It's warm in this room and it's safe in the skin, but I'm starving for a life that I haven't been in. The walls are painted steady, the floor is leveled sure, but comfortable is starting to feel like a cure for a heart that's still beating but forgot how to race in the velvet-lined prison of this familiar place. But it's time to leave the comfort zone, to step out in the dark in the great unknown. It's cold out there and the wind starts to moan, but I can't find the light if I'm always at home. The safety is killing the part of me grown. I've gotta leave the comfort zone. There's a suitcase in the attic covered up in dust, a handle made of leather and a lock made of rust. It hasn't seen the world since I decided to stay, since I traded the maybe for a fine kind of day. But the air here is thin and the coffee is stale. I'm a captain of a ship that's forgotten to sail. I'd rather be bleeding out there in the rain than perfectly numb and avoiding the pain. One foot on the porch, one foot on the wood, knowing I'm leaving this good for the should. The bridge is behind me, the matches are lit. I'm terrified of it, every single bit. Yeah, it's time to leave the comfort zone, to step out in the dark in the great unknown. It's cold out there and the wind starts to moan, but I can't find the light if I'm always at home. The safety is killing the part of me grown. I've gotta leave the comfort zone. Turn the key, walk away. The sun is coming up on a brand new day. No more hiding, I'm leaving the comfort zone. I'm finally on my I'm staring at the Polaroids taped to the fridge, the day we went walking across the old bridge. Your head on my shoulder, the wind in your hair, the kind of sweet love that was thick in the air. We didn't have much, just a car and a dream, but we were a fire, so it would seem. Oh, we had it all, that sweet love together. We promised each other we'd weather the weather, but the honey turned bitter and the summer turned cold. Now I'm holding a hand that I'm not meant to hold. It's a beautiful lake, a light in the tether, remembering we had sweet love together. The sugar is sitting in your favorite cup, but nobody's here now to drink it all up. I walk through the grocery and see what you like. The path of our history is jagged and spiked. It's hard to be angry when the memories are kind. It's the sweetness that leaves all the sorrow behind. If it was a battle, I'd know how to fight, but it was a garden that died in the night. No shouting, no slamming, no in the hall, just a slow, quiet fading of the best of it all. Oh, we had it all, that sweet love together. We promised each other we'd weather the weather, but the honey turned bitter and the summer turned cold. Now I'm holding a hand that I'm not meant to hold. It's a beautiful lake, a light in the tether. Remembered when the sweet love together. So sweet, so long. The ghost of a kiss in the middle of a song. Sweet